Hello. Um, I saw two movies this week. Um, Thor Ragnarok at the beginning of this week, and today I saw Murder on the Orient Express, and I enjoyed both of them. For Thor, it's a it's a Thor. Well, it's a Marvel movie, I should say. I enjoyed it. I'm not as familiar with the comics as some are. I'm mostly enjoying the movies. For comics, I was always more into Batman and Wolverine, X-Men, even Spider-Man. I was more into that kind of stuff than like Thor. But I want to talk about Thor a bit first because I saw that first, and I thought it was good. Somebody who I watch, whose videos I watch, they were talking about it, and they said someone like me who just watches the Thor movies, and I don't really watch or read the comics, I would enjoy it, and I did, and he was right. Though apparently, if you read the comics and are familiar with certain storylines, particularly with Ragnarok, which is I don't want to try and I don't want to spoil anything, but basically Ragnarok is essentially the end of it's the very end of their planet. Which is actually, I'm now blanking on the name. Hold on. Name of the planet. Asgard, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was blanking on the name for a moment, but yeah, basically Ragnarok is essentially like Asgard's destruction. It's the end of Asgard. And he said this movie was basically this YouTuber, his name is Michael Curtis, whose content I enjoy. But he said that because he's very familiar with the comics, it was disappointing for him. But if you're not really into the comics, but you just like Marvel movies and think they're good, just in general, I'm sure you'll like it. If you like the last two Thor movies, you'll probably like this. But yeah, if you're into the comics, you might not like them or this film as much as perhaps the previous two. I guess I'll just say that if you have not seen it. But yeah, so that's Thor. Also, all the performances, the acting, Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston are fantastic as Thor and Loki again. Kate Blanchett is really good as Hela. She plays the goddess of death. She's a good villain. Anthony Hopkins is good. Jeff Goldblum was there. He's Jeff Goldblum. I'll just say that. There's a warrior who's like a Valkyrie. Or at least that's what they call her, Valkyrie. She's like a Valkyrie, a warrior. And yeah, they kind of touch on her character, and she's basically she's a bounty hunter in the short of it when we first see her. But yeah, I thought Thor was entertaining. I enjoyed it. Yeah, if you enjoyed Thor, basically, the other two movies, you'll probably like this. But be wary if you are a fan of the comics, because don't know what to tell you. He's the guy who, Michael Curtis, the guy who I said he's very knowledgeable about comics. So on things like this, which comics I don't really read, I value his opinion. That's just me. Maybe you aren't somebody who might do that, but whatever. Value someone's opinion on something like, I don't really read that comic or have read that book. It seems interesting, but I'm not going to I'm not going to necessarily just trust somebody based off of a video. I've seen things like that where people are like, I'm not going to just go by his word or her word. I'll read it myself or whatever and have my own opinion, which is fine. But yeah, that guy, I'll just say his opinion I value when it comes to something like that. Yeah, kind of rambled on, but Night of Murder on the Orient Express, still very fresh in my mind. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good movie. I've seen some of the other adaptations. I believe I saw the Orson Welles one. Yeah, I did see the Orson Welles. I saw that. I didn't think I saw it. I did long ago. There's a bunch of versions with not just of Murder on the Orient Express, but a lot of characters with Hercule Poirot. Yeah, but name's a bit hard for me to pronounce. But yeah, the film itself was very good. Performances, all the actors, they all did their job fantastically. Kenneth Branagh in particular as the lead, as Poirot. I know I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. I was pronouncing it right earlier, but yeah, I thought this was a good movie. Again, Branagh was fantastic. It's one of the better remakes I've seen, and some people have said this was not a necessary remake or readaptation, since it's based on a book. Guess so, but I mean, seems like all the great stories anymore get retold, whether we like them or not, or whether we like it or not. And I guess whether you like it or not, it's all the same. It happens because there's a fan base, so people are going to retell these stories either as faithfully as possible, more faithfully, or a completely new direction. Particularly when it's like based off of a book like this. And the book has been there was a movie before in 64 or 74, and then there was a TV movie, and then there was this. So yeah, it's been done a couple of times before, but I think I thought it was a good film. Yeah, the Orson Welles one I saw. I guess I shouldn't say the Orson Welles movie. I guess I saw him as Poirot. I should clarify, because which movie was he in? Now I'm just going on about all of these actors now. Not finding it. Maybe he did it on a. Maybe it was actually one of those radio broadcasts he did. That could be. But yeah, he played. But if any of you can find which one he did, like which book where he played Pearl, you can just let me know in the comments. Whether it was a film or radio, because I was kind of going through his filmography because I was able to select it and saw nothing. So I don't know. But Kenneth Branagh did a fantastic job as the role. He was also the director and producer. He was in Dunkirk, which, if you saw my video on, I really enjoyed that movie. Basically, there's a murder on the Orient Express, and essentially, bro wants to just take 3 days basically off of doing cases, because he went from one case in the beginning of the movie to having to do another case, which is why he's on the train, and he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to have another case to do, and just wants to relax. He's like the best detective in the world, and he was very funny. It was also very interesting to see Kenneth Branagh in this kind of role, which is very kind of more comedic, and it's very different, and he did a very good job. I'd be interested to see him do more comedic roles, but he's a very serious actor. He's in many ways he's a Shakespearean actor too. He's done a lot of Shakespeare plays and movies. He's adapted some of Shakespeare's works, and he did an amazing job. Also, Branagh, since we're talking about Thor, he directed the first Thor, so there you go. This also kind of ties in with it all. But yeah, Murder on the Orient Express was really it was a good movie. It was very entertaining, and no political BS, like one of those movies where there's some sort of political agenda or something, we're trying to, whether it be subtly or trying to force it into your face. None of that, which is good, particularly during what's happening now. Granted, they filmed it like last year, maybe even into this year. I don't know the entire production history, but probably did it last year, and we're putting visual effects and everything to just make it look fantastic, and it looks beautiful. Also, so does Thor, but Marvel films usually look pretty good. But yeah, just the look of Murder on the Orient Express is just amazing and beautiful. I would recommend it if you are just a fan of movies, or you enjoy murder mysteries in particular. I'm sure that'll be up your alley. I saw some stuff later that critics said they praised all the performances, but didn't really do anything different from the other adaptations. And it's like I guess it didn't really deviate from the overall plot. Didn't do anything new. I haven't read the book, but I'm sure that from those kind of comments from both professional critics, I think it's some of the comments I saw from actual people. It seems like it faithfully adapted the book. And I did see the original version long ago. Maybe with the Orson Welles thing, it also could have just been a radio thing also. Like on YouTube they have stuff of that. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, he did that. Yeah, Orson Welles he did that on, yeah, he did the radio. I kind of figured, but I had access just to click on Orson Welles. Now I'm looking up a Wikipedia there, but, yeah. Could have just scrolled down anyway, but, I just clicked there, but, yeah. Yeah, Alfred Finney. Yeah, he performed. Yeah, he did the original Murder on the Orient Express. I was pretty sure it was Finney, but I couldn't think of the one that, or the adaptation, dramatization of a book that Wells did. They don't say. But yeah, do you enjoy those books? You enjoy Murder on the Orient Express in general? I haven't seen the original film for a long time, so I can't really say if it's better or not. Alfred Molina was in the TV movie. I don't believe I saw that one, but I heard about it. But yeah, Molina's a good actor, so I'm sure he did a very good job. But yeah, you enjoy that series of books. You like Kenneth Branagh, Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, Penelope Cruz, Willem Dafoe. I mean, there's like an all-star-studded cast in this. There's more. Like I said, if you just like a good movie, I feel this is a good movie. If you go in with no real expectations of comparisons, if you've seen the other movies, you've read the book, you go in, you see it for what it is, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, because it seems like it's also very faithful to the book. I haven't read it again, but from all comments, it seems like, while it didn't do anything new and different, I guess it stayed very close and true to the book and to the overall basic story of it. Which, any adaptation from like a book that's what you would hope. I was kind of wondering, what do you mean it didn't really do anything different? Like, did you want a musical number, a dance scene to come in the middle of the movie or at the end or something? I don't know. But yeah, I would recommend this to people who enjoy a good movie. And Thor Ragnarok as well. Thor and Murder on the Orient Express. You enjoy good movies, just basically in general, go watch them. I know this is a bit different from the other videos I've done, like this, looking at like Wikipedia and other stuff, trying to get my information straight. Yeah, I think I'll just end it here. Bit longer than I hoped it would be, but I think I said all I really wanted to say, and yeah. go and watch either of those two films or both of them.